Oh, I believe I can pop. Oh, I believe you're a good, good man. So the floor is slippery. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new 5 types. 5 types of females in the Navy. Highly requested. We're gonna get right into it. And we're gonna hop on my girl. Let's go. 5 types of females. Let's get it, boy. Alright, what's going on, guys? I need you all to bear with me today. I need you guys to bear with me today during this motovlog because it is rather windy. So we're just gonna have to not go like, just keep it at easy. Like I was saying, I've been wanting to make this video for a long time, but it's not a very, I did make the 5 types of sailors in port where I just basically stereotyped a bunch of guys. And now we're just gonna do the same thing for females, because equality. Now what's interesting is when I was thinking of the 5 types of females in the Navy, I literally used 5 different females in my squadron. They all fit the stereotypes perfectly. It's rather hilarious. Okay. This guy just messed up. These railroad tracks, trains come by them all the time, and he's literally stopped on the freaking track. No, this cannot be good. These railroad tracks can go down any second. They can go down any second. The Amtrak screams by here, and he is literally on the track. And this is how people get... Oh my gosh. You hate to see it, boys. Alright, luckily the light turned green. You got saved today. But for anyways, the very first type of female. I'm not going to say her name, but she was an aviation mechanic. She was my supervisor. She was rather, she was fairly attractive for being an aviation mechanic female. But the thing is, she had a huge power complex. She was a great aviation mechanic. She wasn't lazy. She was a really hard worker. She was actually really smart with helicopter maintenance. And she was a supervisor. But she just was freaking super angry and would just scream and chew people out and just go power hungry and crazy all the time. Man, like, was not stable at all. Was attractive, but was not freaking stable. And you're gonna come across a lot of people like that, and regardless in the military, well, they are just not a stable leader. And it didn't help that she was a redhead. She was a freaking spitfire. She would just write people up left and right, canceling shits here, canceling shit there. You're gonna talk to chief now. Now this second type of female, she used her looks. She was LLD, light limited duty, as much as she can. She never wanted to work. And she would just suck up to all the right people. Everyone knows what she was doing. Everyone knows that, she was attractive, but that she was a lazy worker. That she used her looks as much as she could to get out of doing anything. Alright, now what makes number 2 different from the person we're talking about right now? Number 3 was the boho. Now the female that was really attractive, she wasn't like sleeping around with everybody. She was just using her looks to get out of anything she could. Number 3, the boho. This was the same female that got caught sleeping with an air crewman inside of the helicopter, inside the cabin of our helicopter on the flight deck. This is that same female. Just so you guys know, these are all squadron, these are all aviation type rates. So anything from aviation mechanics to ADs, aviation machinist mates, to the boho was an aviation ordnanceman. So number 4, your typical butch aviation machinist mate. She worked on the jet engines. She was an AD. I worked alongside her all the time. And she was a great freaking worker. Dude, she had a bigger mustache than me. She literally would pound a fat gut truck breakfast burrito, finish it with a Monster and have a cigarette and take a 30-minute shit. Dude, and she bragged about it. She loved it. And actually now, I believe she works up in Alaska on diesel engines, on big trucks, those big ass 18-wheelers. She works on the diesel engines of those trucks. So she definitely did something good with her Navy experience, and I'm proud of her, man. Hoo-yah! But number 4. Now number 5, I'm gonna do a combo, because I also had this female, the ones that always get pregnant to get out of deployment. Every single deployment we came up on. When I was stationed in San Diego, our 9-month, she got pregnant. When we went over to Japan, before we left to go on a deployment over there and out of Itsugi, she got pregnant. And then the other part of number 5 was the super ghetto, loud, obnoxious female. Her voice, the decibels of her voice were always at 10. She could not talk normally without screaming. Alright guys, hey, thank you so much for watching another version of 5 types on the motocicleta. I will be getting on the freeway here, so it's going to get very windy because the wind is a-howling. So we'll get a nice little acceleration for the fam. Little few-way acceleration here for the ending. I'll see you guys. Brand new videos almost every day in 2018. We're on the grind. And just got to be careful because it just rained, so the floor is slippery.